The Lord has done it finally. Finally, finally. The Lord has done it finally. Finally, finally. You guys, guess what? I think that after weeks of back and forth between Natasha, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, and Godswill Akpabio, he has finally decided to settle out of court. And I think that this is exactly what Akpabio's lawyer is now offering Natasha after they've called her a liar. They've said, all kind of things. In fact, Akpabio has continually denied this. His wife even sued Natasha for that matter. I don't know what will become of that case, seeing now that, Akpabio's lawyer is now proposing that this case should be settled out of court. A lot of people, a lot of politicians have suggested that, Akpabio, if you don't settle this matter might just be your end. It might just be the final reason why you'll be removed as the Senate president. Anyway, before we delve right into the details of today's news, if this is your first time here or you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Please go ahead and subscribe. Also give this video a massive thumbs up. That way we are encouraged to put out more reliable and authentic news. Also leave your opinions in the comment section below as well. Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan has finally rejected a proposed out-of-court settlement in her case against Senate President Godswill Akpabio, insisting that justice must take its course through a proper investigation. According to a report published by The Nation on April 16, 2025, Dr. Olisa Akpabio'S counsel to Akpabio recommended a peaceful resolution and urged the senator to provide more evidence in support of her allegations. He expressed concern that her claims currently lack the necessary details to meet the legal standard for sexual harassment. In response, Akpoti-Uduaghan dismissed the idea of settling the matter privately. In her words, out-of-court settlements to settle how? Who? What about how I felt? I don't know how to explain it. I am not looking for an out-of-court settlement. It is about justice. It is very painful that you subject somebody to so much. She added that no one should have to endure intimidation for speaking their truth. The senator further insisted that Akpabio must face an investigation and warned that his conduct is tarnishing the image of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. I just think that, both Akpabio and his lawyer, they are fishing. What do I mean by fishing? I think they're trying to gauge, they're trying to see if she actually has evidence. They are not denying the allegation, no. They are not saying it did not happen. Most times where things that had to do with rape, sexual harassment, sexual molestation, people ask for evidence before they would even believe. And in fact, it is not in all incidents that you would actually have evidence to provide. There are cases where the victim does not have evidence. And because of lack of evidence, does it now invalidate the claim that has already been made by the victim? No. Does it cancel the fact that the incident did not happen? No. So I think that he's trying to test the water to see if, she's bluffing or not, to see if she has evidence. And if she actually has evidence, then let's just settle out of court, Let me just settle you and go. Moving on. Akpabio, however, highlighted what he described as contradictions in Akpoti-Uduaghan's account. He pointed out that although she alleged harassment on December 8th, she praised Akpabio on Instagram the very next day. And so what? This, he said, raises serious questions about the timeline and credibility of her claims. He stressed that serious allegations must be handled with care and evidence, not emotion or public opinion. Allegations, however serious, must be scrutinized with diligence and care to avoid situations where they are being weaponized for vendetta, Akpabio stated. While acknowledging that victims deserve to be heard, he emphasized that justice must remain grounded in fairness and due process. As the case unfolds, it continues to spark intense debate over personal truth, legal proof, and the balance between public accountability and individual rights. You all, let's have your total opinions in the comment section. What do you all think of this? Now that Godswill Akpabio has decided to settle out of court, and Natasha is saying never. What about how I felt? What about what I went through. What about what you put me through? Now you want to settle. You think it's all about money. She's rejecting the offer, which is very good, because if she has rushed to accept the offer, people would have said, oh, it means that she's after money after all. She has been waiting for him to offer the money, which is why she's rushing to accept. Even if she's going to accept finally, I think that made them see Pepe first. She should not, play into their hands. She should play hard to get. Before we go, my people, let's take a look at some of the reactions we got online. Jerry says, I will cancel Natasha to accept, having made a point as a brave woman, and Amazon, very few of them left, not for any offer of monetary inducement, but to let the dust settle and to go on with your life. Of course, Mr. Akpabio, to write an apology, please, Natasha Akin, die the matter. That's a good advice. Divine Moses says, the senator further insisted that Akpabio must face an investigation and warned that his conduct is tarnishing the image of President Bola Tinubu's administration, always looking for who to hook up to. The other time, she hooked the nurse. Again, our constituents, and now the president. Jude says, there is no case of sexual harassment by Akpabio before any court of competent jurisdiction in Nigeria, except the social media court. Are you sure? Natasha filed a case of trampling on her fundamental human rights in the manner leading to her dismissal from the Senate. There was no mention of sexual harassment in the case. She should stop this a stupid dance of shame. Another person says, which out of court settlement? She doesn't need money. All she wants is for a Jaokuta steel mill to be fully functional. Then we have another comment from Toye Peterside, who says, Olisa, please, save your reputation. This one is not worth your name. Too bad you got in. He got himself in. Who got him in? Dan Michael says, please settle with them. We don't have courts in Nigeria. What are your thoughts? Let's have them in the comment section. Do you think that Senator Natasha should, settle with Godswill Akpabio? I think that, there are terms and conditions to this. Even if at all she's going to settle, she should give them terms and conditions. For example, like a reduction in her suspension punishment given to her. Those are the terms and conditions that she should give to them. Even if at all she's going to, agree to settle out of court, there must be agreements between the two. They must sit down to discuss, terms and conditions. You all, thank you very much for always listening and watching, guys. This is where I'm going to draw the curtain for now. I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.